market and ticker highlight show. We are going live with Mark. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, my friends across the pond. Welcome to the State of the Market Show. I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. Reminder, we're here every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, going through the most important stories of the day and getting you ready for that day's trading, and in this case, that week's trading. Now, Mondays are a little different because immediately following the show, we're going to be entering, going behind our curtain, and we're going to be doing our Ticker Highlight Show Premium. So every week, myself, Andrew, Leisha, Tim, Hans, we pick one stock that we like and one stock that we don't love. And then we go behind, I talk about them here, show you the charts, give you the stock names. Then we go behind the paywall, and the five of us pick one name that we think is going to be the best performing for the week. This week, as a special, we have two that we're going to be very interested in. Now, what makes this fun is that you can join the Ticker Highlight Show Premium for next to nothing. It is name your own price. So if you think it's valuable to have 5 traders pick a stock, or in this case, 2, that they think is going to go higher or lower for the week, manage it, trade it, and exit it, you can join. And the best part is you can name your own price. If you want to pay $5 a month, you can. If you want to pay $10 a month, $25 a month, whatever price you think is fair, you can pay. It's that simple. You get a weekly show with the 5 of us. We do a trade. We trade it start to finish, close it out, and call it a day. So if you'd like to join, click the link up here to join us. And again, you can name your own price. This is the best, cheapest, least expensive way, most fun, and you have the control to join us. So there's really no excuse other than, there isn't any. So when you can name your own price, I mean, doesn't get no deal better than that. So click the link to join us. If you're watching me on YouTube or on Twitter, please give us a like and a subscribe. And if you're interested in this name your own price opportunity, shoot us an email, support@optionpit.com, and you can join us behind the curtain and see what is the option that we trade on these names and how we manage it. And again, you're getting access to 5 traders in one. And so imagine you paid $5 a month, you're paying $1 per trader. It's like next to nothing. All right, so let's look at these names that we like. And let's start with me. And my pick this week is Ford Motor Company. Now, you saw how it went parabolic last week. It was up every single day last week, taking a breather today as the whole market is, but still hanging out above right around 17. I like this one to 20, and I'm viewing this little sell-off as an opportunity to potentially get back in. That Ford announced the battery plant for data centers. I think that's going to sell like hotcakes, and it's a smart reuse of a failed product in the F-150 Lightning. The battery component of the F-150 Lightning was always kind of interesting. This is a really unique use of it, and I think it's going to make Ford some dough. I think people are going to be excited about it. Sticking to data centers, Leisha likes Iris Energy, IRN Limited. They've had, again, a really nice run-up. Appears to be bull flagging here to potentially make another run higher. This is one we've traded in and out of wiretaps multiple times. It's been a great stock and a great company and a really fun trade. So I would not mind getting to IREN. Tim, this is his second idea that he's brought to us, and it's IBM. And man, he he's already right. IBM is up back over $300 and attempting to take out its highs from November and from late January. Not going to close there right now, but it does appear to be on a pretty nice strong rally here. So not a lot to complain with IBM. I do like that setup. And Hans likes Meta. Now Meta is down $17 today. It's been basically stuck in a range. Had a nice move last week, but then has since given most of that move away. Still just kind of hanging out here. I'm going to be very interested to see what Leisha sees on the charts with this one. Meta is interesting. I told everybody if it gets below $500, it's time to buy with both hands. Didn't quite get there. We hit a low of 520 back in March, but that was a great opportunity. Here we are, just kind of in a range, waiting to break out. I'm wondering whether that is coming. Now, turning around to the ones we want to leave. Andrew was on vacation last week, so we don't have his. The ones we want to leave. Let's go back the other way, and we'll start with Pepsi. Now, Pepsi did just announce their new probiotic cola. I'm interested to see how that moves as it will be reasonably priced relative to things like Bloom or Poppy or the other sodas that are now prebiotic or probiotic. Pepsi has absolutely been in the doldrums, and we're seeing weakness out of Frito-Lay as well. So across the board, it's been in a rough patch. I'm not sure that these prebiotic sodas are going to save Pepsi, but that chart does look ugly, and it does look like it's going lower. So can't say I love that one. Tim is looking at WRB. This is WR Berkeley Corp. It's certainly in the middle of a sell-off. This is an insurance holding company. They do property casualty insurance. They reinsurance. Decent sized company, but it has definitely been in a bit of a free fall here. And I would not be surprised to see it keep going. Leisha is looking at Fortinet. Now, it is up another $5 today. It has been on a serious run, but Leisha's saying, hey, this might be getting tired here. Might be time to take a look at the other side. That's maybe what she's seeing here. It is right now on a tough run. That's going to be a very tough short, the way this thing has been rallying. But it is really stretched. And then mine, this is kind of a bear bull play. Exxon has obviously had a nice sell-off. We've got that Iranian news today that is making Exxon pop. My hope is that at some point we do get some sort of agreement and Exxon takes it on the chin. At that point, I want to be long. Anywhere above kind of the 130 range, I think Exxon is a great investment because they are going to be making a lot of money over the next couple of years. But near term, I do think there is some exposure to a peace agreement. And, you could see Exxon trade back into the 130s. Now, obviously, that's not happening today. But Exxon is a name that I'm hoping drops because I want to buy it. Exxon is a name I'm hoping drops because I want to buy it. So once again, on the love side, I have Ford Motor Company. Leisha has IREN Limited, Iris Energy. Tim has IBM. Hans has Meta. On the downside, I've got Exxon Mobil. Leisha has Fortinet. Tim has WR Berkeley, WRB. And Hans has Pepsi, PEP. So those are your names. You can write them down and watch them with us and see how they performed this week. All right, now that we've got that, and again, if you want to join us, you can join us behind the curtain right here. Name your own price. We're going to do 1, maybe 2 trades today, and you can click right there to join us. So, jump on in, guys. There's no reason not to. All right, let's pivot to markets as we open the day. Pre-market, we were up, and then we saw that Iran is halting exchanges with the U.S. in protests over Israel. Israel is back at it with Lebanon. And that is Iran doesn't like that. And, Iran is allegedly reactivating some of their axis of resistance, as they call it. So things are maybe getting a little hairy over there. At some point, something needs to happen here. It's now been way too long. Let's get this over with, guys. And let's get a move on it, and let's figure this out. Either do or do not, because this waiting game has been getting very old. Now, one of the things I do worry about is this thing heats up. I think you could see markets roll back over, and if on a peace agreement, I continue to kind of keep a tight watch on the bond market getting thwacked today. That is usually a bad sign for stocks. And if things really do get a big push lower for bonds, that would come with the war reigniting, and that would come with oil going back up, and that would become a real problem for the overall market. I'm kind of stunned at the resilience that we've got in this market with oil back up 6%. But here we are. We are flat as a pancake. There are some individual names that are having a very good day. NVIDIA is getting into the CPU space, into computers, and is catching a nice little bid here. That is obviously having a negative effect on Intel and AMD. And, chip makers as a whole, Amazon, Google, all lower today because of the NVIDIA news. And then on the bull side, you've got Microsoft, which has completely broken out. It's now back above its 200-day moving average for the first time since January of this year, showing some real breakout strength. Let's see if it holds the 200. Because if it does, we could see a really nice run back to 500 pretty quickly. We've all seen how these moves have gotten more dynamic, bigger, and stronger when they start happening. Microsoft maybe is next in line for one of those type of moves. So keep an eye on that one. But Microsoft up, NVIDIA up, the rest of the technology sector not looking so great. We saw huge put buying in SMH on Friday, and here we are. It's actually down a little bit. Nothing crazy, but I have to wonder whether the chips are getting a little bit overdone. Micron's up another $45 today. I told you guys it's trading 900. It's going to 1,000. It is now at 1,000. I would not be surprised to see this one give some away over the next couple of days. You hit that $1,000 mark, that's a place where you'll definitely see a lot of people say, maybe I'll take some profits here. And you could see a little bit of a rollover, especially if it starts to roll over. You'll see some momentum traders get out of this one. So big day for Micron, back above 1,000, or first time above 1,000. It's had an incredible run. In the last 3 months, it's gone from 400 to 1,022. That is a 150% rally in 3 months. Heck, in the last month, it's up essentially 100%. And that is part of the reason why I think you are seeing a little bit of this weakness. Now, continue to kind of talk markets. Wall Street is, as you can see, we're sitting on our hands today. We've got Iran, we've got tech, we've got a lot of stuff just saying, hey, maybe take a breather. And we're trying to get the Strait of Hormuz open, but the exchange is now over. It has now stopped. Markets don't like that. And the big number for this week is non-farm payrolls. It's actually a packed week for economic data. Let me go through what we've got. We're going to get ISM we just got ISM manufacturing. Came in strong, 54. Construction spending also came in out ahead. Final U.S. manufacturing PMI came in 55.1, about what you'd expect. Nothing crazy on Tuesday. We do have jolts on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we get ADP unemployment. We get factory orders. We get ISM services. Final services U.S. PMI as well. So, you're going to get a data dump on Wednesday. Thursday's productivity and jobless claims. Jobless claims come every week. And then Friday, non-farm payrolls. We're expecting 90,000. We're expecting an unemployment rate of 4.3. You also get hourly wages and hourly wages year over year. Those are some big ones. So it is a packed week for economic data. So that is going to keep us busy. And, we may kind of sit our hands until we get a look at ADP on Wednesday. And while this Strait of Hormuz stuff continues to slosh about, it is a lot, folks. The kind of mixed messaging we're getting continuously out of the Middle East. I've been so impressed by the S&P's resilience, but that resilience has really come at a cost. If you look, advancers, decliners, we've had just like this combo of a few really, really, really strong sectors and then a lot of mild weakness across the rest of the board. And it's been rotating through. Today, you've got strength in energy and in technology, NVIDIA, and then housing, and then every other sector is down. Materials are down 1.4%. Communication services are down. Financials, industrials, consumer staples, utilities, healthcare, and consumer discretionary retail, all down. And yet, because tech is so huge and because energy is big, we're flat. So let's get this straight. 8 of the 11 sectors of the S&P 500 are down right now. And the S&P 500 is down 3 points. It's helpful when you have NVIDIA and Microsoft up big. These are 2 of the 4 largest companies in the world, NVIDIA being the biggest. And then you get Micron in there. Here's another big one. Micron is now starting to approach, it's 1.1 trillion. It's not that far off of Tesla or AVGO, who's also up. Now, AVGO over 2 trillion now. AVGO reports this week, which is our next story. Broadcom reports on the 3rd. This is the last of the great 8 names, as I like to call them, or you could say the Mag 7 that's actually 10 stocks now. It's like the Big 10. The Mag 7 is like the Big 10. It's seven. It's supposed to be 7 stocks, but it's really 10. Kind of like the Big Ten is supposed to be 10 college teams, but it's what, like 38 now. I'm just excited. I'm just looking for the day that the Big Ten decides to add Tulane. So you get this nice pop here, and we'll talk more about it, but just real briefly, normally we'd expect about a 6.25% move out of Broadcom. They're pricing in almost 9%. Almost 9%. So as it stands right now, they're looking for almost a 50% bigger move out of Broadcom than we would normally see. Friday's at the money straddle, kind of our best measure for how much it might move, is about $42. So, folks, this reports the third after the bell, so Wednesday night, and we're looking for just a massive, massive move on the week. So stay tuned for that. Keep an eye on that. That's going to be quite interesting, I think, for markets, and could certainly, have some effects. I think that the AVGO after non-farm payroll is probably the biggest story for the week. So, stay on top of that, and just be aware that this is a data-driven week. This is a data-driven week. All right, now let's kind of hit on the last piece that I'm kind of keeping an eye on, and this leads us to SPX. We had a lot of institutional buying over the last couple of days. Institutional buying. And where they're buying is not on the tech side. They were already allocated there. But they are starting to move themselves back into financial stuff. Some of these other names that have been weak. Last week, if you look at the Dow or XLI, had a decent week there, but it is not. The market is at an all-time high. Industrials are not. So you're going to start seeing some players get into some of the names that are maybe not near those all-time highs, looking for participation. Industrials. Financials have a ton of upside. Healthcare. There's even potentially more upside in consumer discretionary. Those are the areas of the market. XLC is another one. Communications. These are areas of the market where they're going to participate in AI in different ways, and they have not hit some of those new all-time highs. So institutions are starting to look at opportunities they see in some of these areas that are maybe a little less loved than technology, and they're starting to put some money behind that. Now, XLK continues to march higher, and we definitely have programmed momentum buying in this one. Institutions have kind of their investment. They have a piece where they'll rotate through based on momentum. This is kind of something Tim Colby's working on. And which is how we caught IBM. And, this is definitely a part of the momentum portfolio, but in terms of investment allocation, I'm relatively certain you're going to see some money start slushing around into some of these less loved names, even like a GE. Honeywell's been, and IBM with their quantum stuff have been on a tear. But don't be surprised if these are the names that maybe lead us if there is another leg higher. I think technology's taken us about as far as it can go. All right. Well, we are up against it. It is 10:27 already. I am about to go behind the curtain and enter the ticker and do the ticker highlights show premium where we pick our trade behind the paywall. We're going to do that in about 2 minutes. Just a reminder, the names that we all love. I like Ford. That's F. Leisha loves IREN. Tim likes IBM. And Hans likes Meta. On the downside, I have ExxonMobil, XOM. Leisha has Fortinet, FTNT. Tim has WR Berkeley, WRB. And Hans has Pepsi, PEP. If you'd like to join us, please click that link and name your own price. We will be back again tomorrow. We're here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for our State of the Market show. I'll be joined, of course, by one of my traders for the second half of the show tomorrow. So make sure you're with us every day at 10 a.m. If you're watching me on YouTube or on X, you can email my team support at optionpit.com. If you'd like access to that name your own price option here, please give us a like and a subscribe, or heck, reach out to the team and ask how you can join the conversation right here. It's a lot of fun. We have a great crew here, lots of interaction. So come and join us here live at Option Pit and interact with us. I'd like to thank everybody for being with us and for spending your morning with us as you do every morning. I am looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. So I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. Once again, we'll be back with you tomorrow at 10. Thank you for joining me on the State of the Market show. And as always, thank you, Amin. Have a good morning.